everyone, welcome to the Let's Kick It channel where we share soccer interviews, tips, and tricks. We hope you're doing well. My name is Johanna. I go by Coach Joe on the soccer field, and today I'm so excited to connect with this amazing individual who has traveled to many countries as a player, freestyler, and coach. He's doing amazing things in the community, and we're so glad to have him here today to share his journey. So Dennis, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Johanna. Talking about tricks. That's what they call me, tricks.
That's right. That's right. At the end, we'll definitely share where they can follow you on social media. Because again, amazing videos, amazing tricks where kids can just be like, follow.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah. First of
Awesome.
all, I want to start off with yesterday's match. What did you think with England and Italy?
Hold on. First of all, I just want to say happy birthday, Johanna.
Oh, thank you.
That game was amazing. What a journey for Italy. I've been following them, and that was my team that I've been carrying from day one in the tournament, and they finished on top. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
amazing. With PKs, I mean, the suspense was too much. My son is part British, so had to root for England by default, but my heart was for Italy. So both
Yeah.
countries, a great game. So awesome. Again, thank you for joining us. And we're just going to go ahead and share your story. Can you tell everyone what you do now?
Right now, I'm pretty much I do a lot of private sessions for young players that are coming up that is looking to excel on their skills. So my sessions are pretty much based on skills. We talk a little bit of tactics here and there. I tell them why this skill is good for the here, when, how, and why. So that's what I do for players right now. Personally, sometimes the max I go with my personal training is 4 players, because then if it goes more than that, it's not so private anymore, right? So I try to keep it I minimize it as much as I can, so I can focus on the skill, like 2v2, 3v1s, 1v1s, just to find the skill of the player, and help them to to express themselves on the pitch, you know, in whichever way that they want to go.
Awesome. Yeah, I heard that a lot growing up in high school. It's like it's a lot of small-sided games into like a bigger, like a large field. That's pretty much what you're doing in the
Yes,
large spectrum. So that's
yes.
awesome.
So, and like a lot of people kind of shun on futsal, and futsal's a game that, you know, it helps you to work on those small sided, space, like small space that you, if you're really good, you can get out of there. Even if you're not this like the most skillful player, if you can learn 1, 2, 3 skills that can get you out of those situations. But if you have one and they shut down that one, you have you have zero option of getting out of that space.
Yeah, you give them those tools. Awesome. So Dennis, can you take us back in time and tell us when you first fell in love with soccer?
Now, whew, in Jamaica, as a kid, playing barefooted, you know, we were just playing because that's what we do. We played soccer, we played cricket, whatever sport we can. And then 98, when Jamaica went to the World Cup, that's when I fell in love with it, because the excitement behind it, and the amount of the excitement, the intensity, watching the games. And from then on, I was carrying Italy too. From then, and all my family in the World Cup, they were, obviously I'm going for Jamaica, but Italy was my team as well. But everybody was like Brazil, Brazil. A few Argentinian fans, but everybody was Brazil, Brazil, and they're like, why would you go for Italy? And not for the Brazilians. Those guys are skillful, and I'm a skillful player.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but yeah, '98 is when I fell in love with the game even more so than just playing it.
Then I know you that you're a soccer player and freestyler. So what inspired you to get into freestyling?
What inspired me, before I came to Canada, I don't know. I had a love for the ball, and growing up, a lot of there was a coach that was a good friend of my dad's, and he was the coach of the he was the head coach of the team that's from my neighborhood, and he used to come to my house and he trash talked me and said, "You're no good. You're just a right foot player. You know, you can't use the other foot." But some people can take that as bullying. I
Mhm.
took that as something to push me, and I've learned how to use both feet right after that. And my brother was the same as a 1 foot player, but he never got at him. So, but he would get at me. But I use that as motivation to get better and to do something for myself. And then I got better at it. And at one point, I was using my left foot more than I was using my right. So people kind of got confused.
So, well, I guess like how long have you been freestyling for? Like at what age?
Free, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that part. So the freestyling, so the free that's how um working on that. Then I start to challenge myself, and I never even seen YouTube videos because in Jamaica at that time, I didn't have internet like that. What we see on TV, that's it.
Yeah,
Very very
I
limited.
remember those days.
And because I moved from Jamaica in 2001, so and this was before 2021, right? And then I would be in Jamaica just doing keep ups, juggling, and the guys on the street, they on Sundays they would have like a group of guys that would just do, they'll just keep the ball up all day, like all day. And then one day I got a chance. They're like, "Hey, young man, come in." And I got a chance to join them, and they would just kick the ball in certain ways that have like a backspin, and I had to learn how to control it. And I'll control it, but then my pass wouldn't be the best. And then they say, "Okay, you know what? You need to have a seat. You're not ready yet," right? And then that again took me to a point that I started to practice more by myself, and then I started to put the ball in my head, bouncing it off my head, doing a head juggles, and then I started to say, "Okay, let's see if I can balance it." And I put it on my head without knowing all of this was like possible, right? Never seen it on Instagram, never seen it on the internet,
Yeah.
and I just tried it, and I would get it, and I would fall, and then I moved to Canada in 2021, in 2001, and then I saw this commercial on the internet when YouTube just came out, right? I saw it on, and it was a Nike commercial. This guy's doing some amazing stuff with the ball. I was like, no way, no way. This is all camera tricks, and I started practicing it. And I started practicing what that guy did, and later on in life, a good friend of mine introduced me to this same individual that was on YouTube. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and it was so crazy. But me and him, we were playing together on a U17 team, and he was like, "Dennis, you got so much skills. I think you can do this, and I think you have the skills to be a part of this freestyle group." And I was like, "Freestyle group? No, but I got skills, but no, not like that." And he's like, "No, trust me, Dennis, you gotta, but I've always been practicing. Then in every day, I would like I wake up. I slept with 3 soccer balls on my bed, and I would wake up in the morning and put the ball on my head, and I would find first time I'm falling. After a while, I start to balance it, and I start to find myself composed, and then I will stand up. So now I'm gaining all that skills.
Hmm.
And then the following year, I didn't take the opportunity. And the following year, he came back to me again. He goes, "Dennis, we just signed with Adidas. You got to jump on with us. I think it's a great opportunity for you to do something that you love." I said, "I love it, but I don't know if I love it that much. I'm more of a soccer player, right?" And then I said, "You know what? I got nothing to lose." And I said, "Okay, I'm in." From there on, so that was my good friend Jason Quesada, right? That's his name.
Hmm.
And then I got introduced to Steve Elias, which is the man that I saw on the YouTube video that did that crazy trick that I was like, wow. And from there on it was history. That's how I got hooked onto the freestyle, and they've taught me a lot, and I've learned some other stuff on my own, building myself,
Hmm.
find my own niche in the sport, and from there on, I just took it from there. And that's how I got into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like as a soccer player, when I first met you guys about a decade ago, watching you guys on the soccer field, I was just amazed. And as an adult, imagine like as kids looking up to you guys and just saying, just like you were inspired in that YouTube video, watching you guys
Yeah.
perform and not dropping the ball, all these amazing tricks that you guys do, I think is just awesome. Overall an experience for the kids and for you guys. And I know as an adult now, as you get older, you can get cramps and stuff. But like you said, one time you're like, show must just, it goes on. You just have to keep going. That's a
You
lot of
just gotta
talent you
keep
guys
going.
have.
And there's days that we go out and we do shows, and the show, we our expectation, is to go out there and execute the show to the best. And we do go out there some days and it doesn't turn out the way that we expected. Because we're the ones with the skills, right? We're the one with the skills. So we're like, all right, that show wasn't the greatest. But other people and kids will walk up to you and like, oh my God, like I can't really like how? And I walk away and I'm like, that was such a bad show for us. But others, they don't see it like that because the control that we have. But so us as individual, we pressure ourselves so much because we know what we're capable of, and the days that we don't reach that expectation that we should do for ourselves,
Mhm.
others look at it as like amazing, like blown away. And that's when I started taking on that role as um to inspire young athletes, whether it's soccer or freestyle or whatever it is, because we are, people would say we are our worst enemies. You know, we judge ourselves so deeply that it can hurt us if
Mhm.
we don't catch it, in time. So doing all of that and inspiring people, and even yourself, that's how we met. I did a show out in Houston, and we were like, whoa. Then we start to connect and we start talking, and so we've had that friendship for like what, 11 years now or so.
Just following you on social media and watching what you've done in the community has just been amazing. Just soccer, where it can take you. And that's like my next question is like, where are some places that soccer or freestyling has taken you, like different countries, opportunities that you think you would never have?
Soccer, before the freestyle really started to taking off for me, I went away to play exhibition games in South America. I played in Ecuador, came back, and then I got an opportunity to play professional soccer in Nicaragua. Did that for a while, and then came back, and then my freestyle really took off because now I'm more experienced in the professional area, not just soccer, but like even when I was playing professional soccer, the club, they knew that I could do all these crazy stuff. So some of the kids would call me Ronaldinho, and at the time I had long braids, right?
Yeah.
I had long braids, so sometimes when I'm doing like my skills and all of that stuff, so the club reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, Dennis, we always go to like the community schools and stuff like that, and just try to inspire the kids and just play with them, enjoy with them. We played games with them. I've taught them some freestyle, and I'll do that for them, and so in that way, like the professional level of it, when I started taking off with the freestyle, it just got better, because I'm more professional now. Before I was just doing it as a hobby. It
Mhm.
became a job, but also a job that is like a hobby, you know. So it just came together so well that it's just amazing, like to live that kind of lifestyle, especially as a young athlete, you know. So in with that being said, freestyle is something that you can express yourself and just do as you please with the ball.
Mhm.
But just there's always limits and boundaries, but you would learn it as you go.
No, for sure. And then I know you said that you've been inspired. There's two things that I caught on when at the beginning you were young and someone pulled you on the field. Same with Jason. He like pulled you, like they were like, "Hey, like come try this." They saw something in you. So
Yeah,
what did you or who inspired you when you were young? Like professionals, who did you look up to?
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho? Yeah, I think everybody.
That little flair of his. A
Yeah.
lot of people say I have that similarity. So I I don't know if that rubbed off on me as as a kid growing up or as a young teenager growing up, right? It's always been embedded in me.
Mhm.
Like just keep smiling. Like no matter, even if the show is not the greatest, just keep smiling and just do your thing, do what you do best, right? So yeah, so Ronaldinho was a big inspiration for me.
Nice. And then do you have a signature move? Like something that's like yours or just
Like
a lot?
that's mine.
Yeah.
I do have a signature move. Uh it's it, I don't even know how to call it. Like these guys have so many different names for these moves, but I never actually put a name to it. But it's like almost it looks like a Scorpio kind of move. So I have the ball into my hamstring and I go into a handstand. I flick back up. Once I come back up, then I release the ball from my hamstring, going behind both legs, and I come back around and catch the ball with my foot and just continue juggling, and then maybe add something else to it. So
And then what's the best soccer advice anyone has given you?
the best, just be me.
Just be you?
Just be me.
Nice.
Yeah. They're like, Dennis, just be you. And that's what I say to kids that I talk to and that I coach. I said, be you.
Mhm.
There's nobody can be you. If you end up on a national team or any team, they want you on their team for a reason. So be you and ask, how else can I do? What else can I do to make myself efficient on and off the field?
Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, we'll jump into the rapid fire questions. So again, just the first thing that comes up to mind. It's about 10 questions. And yeah, so the first one is when you're not working, how do you like to spend your time?
I'm always working. This thing is always going. But if I'm whenever I'm not working, I try my best to spend more time with my kids,
Mhm.
right? I try to spend more time with my kids, you know. They'll take up all that time and they want to play with me. They want to do this, dad, let's do this, let's do that, you know. So I try my best to spend more time with them.
Nice. What are the top two things on your bucket list?
Top two things on my bucket list is to I've done so much. I can say I appreciate everything that I've done, but I don't know, maybe go to Brazil and experience the atmosphere in their stadium, and also go to Italy because I'm a AC Milan fan, and
Mhm.
I would love to go to Milan to experience the vibe in Milan.
Nice. My dreams to go to Italy too. At some point, I'll go. What's your favorite day of the week?
Monday.
Monday? Okay.
People are like, why? Because again, I'm that kind of person. I'm ready for any opportunity. I'm ready to go. So Monday's like, okay, it's Monday, let's go. Like I want to just sleep. I
Yeah.
said, if you sleep on a Monday, then your Tuesday is gonna be a Monday, and then every day is gonna be like a Monday. So you know what? Wake up, make the best of the day.
No, for sure. Yeah, any day for sure. What's your
Exactly.
favorite city besides the one that you live in?
I think I would say, uh, my favorite city. At one point I love Miami. Miami is my favorite city, but
Hmm.
at one point it became New York on a certain vibe. I don't know. There's something about New York, yeah. But I would say my favorite is Miami. It reminds me so much of Jamaica on a different note.
Oh, nice. And then place that you want to travel to, which I guess you already answered. So Brazil.
Yeah,
Mhm. Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
it's grape nut.
Okay.
It's a flavor that not a lot of people know about this flavor. It's a famous flavor in Jamaica, grape nut ice
I
cream.
was gonna ask. Nice.
Yeah,
What's your favorite number?
8.
Eight? Did you have
Number 8.
did you used to freestyle with number eight?
Yep, that
Okay.
was my freestyle name. So Tricks 8. That's how we started off.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. Do you prefer cake or pie?
I would say cake. I
Sweet,
would add the cake to my pie.
sweet tooth. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would be your guest of honor?
Ronaldinho.
Oh man, that would be an amazing like experience.
One, just to ask him how did he become the person that he is, like so joyful, and because I'm the same way,
Mhm.
you know, just watching him alone, just seeing him touching the ball, I start to smile. I'm smiling right now, just talking, right? So, it will be a bunch of smiling and laughing, having dinner or so with him, as a guest, you know.
Man, that would be good, a good one. Would you climb a mountain or jump a plane? Jump out of a plane?
Oh, definitely climb the mountain. I don't know about jumping out of a plane. I'm not scared of heights, but I draw the line right there, and then I draw the line there. No way I'm jumping out of a plane. The only way I'm jumping out of a plane if it's still on the ground.
I've gone skydiving twice, and this is before my kids or my kid. So I'm like, oof. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do
Yeah,
it again.
yeah. No, I'm scared of even thinking about it.
It's an
You know.
experience for sure. But no, again, thank you, Dennis, for your time. Can you let us know where we can follow you on social media?
Well, you can follow me at I am Trixafa dot inc dot ent,
Hmm.
right? That's where you can find all my cool videos. You can learn something. You can teach me something. You can send me a DM. We can talk if you want to learn something, or if you got something that you want to talk about or so. So I'm here to inspire young minds. So you're the best, and enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Nice chatting with you, Joanna.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.